Why are you so cold?
Because it's June. It's not August yet.
What happened with the weather? Alright. We are working with my friend James today, and what we're doing is see this pink square we just mapped out on the ground? That is for a plunge pool. So basically what a plunge pool is like a precast little wading pool. It's kind of like a hot tub. You can hook up like hot water pipes to it and, you know, hot water system. They're not very big, but it's basically in the name, plunge pool. It's so you can just take a quick plunge in the summer. It's not something that has a diving board or anything crazy. So we're just trying to map this out now because we were trying to square it off with the house. I like to square everything off with the house, but the plans always show you got to be 10 feet off of the fence. So when you do 10 feet off the fence on both sides, you're not square with the house. So what I like to do is, I was just telling James, let's just find the, you know, closest point, and then from there we'll work over. So you have a map? Dora, you have the map?
No, I got some notes for you.
Notes? Alright, I just set up the laser shot. The builder was just here, and I guess the hardscapes guy told him to use the bottom of that pressure treated wood as a benchmark for top. So that's going to be where the patio, they're going to get rid of this, put some stones, and then the patio is going to come up to right there, pavers. So what we're going to do is, I'm waiting for my son to get back with some stakes, because I'm afraid we're going to lose this lines that we painted. So I want to offset these with actual wooden stakes, because this stuff is very sandy where we are. So I'm probably going to have to go over at least 4 foot for over dig. If it was clay, I'd do like 2 foot over. But being that it's sand, it'll probably cave in. We are going 66.25 down, plus 5 inches for stone. So that's what, 71.25 bottom of the hole. So 71 inches. 25 is like nothing, but 71 inches in the sand. I'm afraid that we're gonna end up losing the walls, so I'm gonna have to go back farther. All these fancy buttons. I don't have no buttons in mine. This thing spins so much faster than mine.
It's like super quick.
It's too fast, yeah. And the buttons are kind of jerky. And the exhaust smells. You smell that?
Right?
This is not DEF. No. The exhaust.
Yeah, there's shit buried everywhere here. Old dry wells.
Dead bodies. That's cool. I got Bryson playing with the machine. He's not used to this one. This machine is extremely jerky. It's way too fast, way too jerky. Normally you dig with the blade in the front, but unlike my Komatsu, this blade sticks off pretty far, so you can't see where you're digging. Where my Komatsu, the blade is tight to the tracks, so you can always leave the blade in front of you, and you don't have to worry about coming up and, you know, pulling on the blade. Not that we do it, but I'm saying, like, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But this is why I wanted to over dig a little, because this whole side just fell in. So you figure our over dig is here, but when you're digging in this like sand dirt, you can have this like cave in and blow in past your over dig. So last thing I want to do is get the stone placed in here and all nice, and then have the wall fall into it. So if I get the stone placed where the pool is going and the wall falls to the bottom where the stone starts, I don't care about that, you know? Can you reach this? No? I'm gonna have to shovel that to him. And I want to start putting stone in here, even though we are, maybe I'll have him dig a hole there. No, because I want that to stay virgin ground so it's packed.
This thing is so jerky.
That thing's terrible, huh? And the throttle's down. Don't keep digging there. I need you to get this out. Yeah, don't. Little more. You got a little. That's good. Don't go no more than that. This thing's all, it's all electronic. It's the joy.
Pilot.
Yeah, it's not like ours.
Pilot is so much nicer.
I mean, you get used to it after a while, but this is not great for new operators, that's for sure. Well, you can't reach that now. Looks like I'm gonna have to start to shovel. All right, so we started just hogging on it, trying to get the fill out of here. I had to go get my truck because there's too much fill. We're trying to keep it all on site because nobody ever wants to take fill off site. Builders never want to give up the fill. But I left Bryson here. That's what I didn't want to happen. We're running out of room. I'm gonna have to shovel that out now. But I went and got my truck. I did one load out of here. I left him here to finish digging because I think you went a little crazy over in that corner, Bubba.
That shit kept falling.
Oh, all right. Well, that kept falling, he said. So anyways, he's gonna tune this up. I threw the rest of the stone before I left in the hole on a pile on the pad. That's already to grade. That way we can pull it off because I was sitting where the stone pile was. So everybody always says to me, oh, you got to get a bigger truck, you got to get a bigger truck, and they don't realize where I live, I mean, everything is small. I mean, I could get a triaxle in here, no problem, but it's like, you know, it's Cape Cod and it's getting all built up, and anywhere where there's a piece of real estate, somebody's putting a building, a boat house, a pool house, patio or garage. I mean, like outdoor showers. I mean, it's just the way that the Cape is going. I'm rocking pretty bad. Put the blade down, maybe that'll stabilize it a little bit. The idea is to make room for the crane truck to set the pool. Ah, it's spilling. What a hack. Ah! That's what happens when you're in a hurry. Ideally, right there. Perfect. Okay, it's early the next morning. I'm waiting for everybody to get here. I'll show you what we got going on here. While I walk along here, there's kind of like a hole there for utilities. I guess they're gonna turn this shed into a cabana, a pool cabana. It's got gas though. If it was me, I would heat the pool. This is what we ended up with for a landing for the it basically is like a septic truck. It's not like a crane. It's like a knuckle boom septic tank, because this is pretty much what a plunge pool is pretty much like a precast septic tank. Same idea. But what happened was I wanted to take out more fill and get that back more, but I had a huge breakdown on the dump truck last night. Long story short with that, I didn't end up taking out any more fill. And it looks like last night we only had one little cave in there, but that's good because of the 5-foot offset. We're nowhere near the painted line where this thing's gonna go. So all right, the pool just showed up, and apparently the truck that they brought only has 15 feet of reach, so we're probably gonna have to get a crane like the last one we did. The last one we did, they dropped it off and we had a crane come and set it. I guess the driver said that this only has 15 feet of reach. So I'm not really sure. I didn't know that. I don't know who was responsible for that detail. Did a pretty good job of fishing that hook.
Yeah, they gave me the wrong hook though.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, it doesn't quite fit.
No.
Will that big yellow one loop that I-beam? Or that clevis?
Yeah, crawl on top.
Alright, understandable. Done deal.
Here forever now.
Yep. It's a permanent swivel. Over the fence. Wow. Yeah, he's good.
Where do you want him? Where do you want the pool? I would go spot that way.
All right, that's step one, delivery. All right, so quick update. We're leaving right now. We have to reschedule. So see this tree here? That's got to come down. That branch has to come down, and some of these bushes have to come out right here to get the crane in, because the truck that was delivering it can't make the corner here and get far enough back. So somewhere somebody had a miscommunication, whether it was a salesman or somebody for the pool company or whatever, I don't know. But we just had our local crane company come out here, take measurements, and he said, I can 100% do it, but you have to take down the limbs off the trees, and you got to take out some of the bushes and stuff. So I don't really care, because James and I have nothing to do with the planning of the delivery, so it's not on us. So, but James did call the local crane company and he scheduled it up with them, so it's not going to be till next week. It'll be right now in this video. All-wheel steering. Push buttons. Pretty sweet. Look at that gear. That is a big swing gear.
Huh? No, he couldn't get his boom out. He's in that pile.
All right, so we just helped him unload all of his wooden blocks, just because there's so many of them. There's 5 per outrigger or stabilizer, whatever the crane people want to call it. I'm not a crane guy. It's like all digital and electronic stuff. He was telling us there's a wire up there that has like a crap load of wires inside that with sensors and all kinds of stuff. So that's why it's important to cut all the tree limbs and all that stuff, because they can't touch the boom on anything. So that's kind of what took a while to set up, is pretty much you got to protect the crane. Look at that hydraulic cylinder. I think it's massive. See the pins come down and grab the counterweights? like that. All right, so we just hooked up all the shackles and straps, but he was saying like he's got to pull it back towards him to get out away from the trees, because he's not going to be able to swing that way unless he pulls it backwards. So that's what he just did. That right there is our target.
Where's that tape, Dave? Let's do one movement, 124. Oh, good. Want to try and grab the edge? You have to get that. Peter, you're gonna have to get the tape on the back. Well, if we go off the garage with, what was it, 24.9? It's gonna go to you. Close the house. You gotta go close to the house. I'm gonna tell the operator.
All right, ready? I'm gonna tell him.
I don't think that's an okay answer.
It is.
Definitely want to be lined up with the garage.
Well, the pool's in. They, like always, change the direction, change stuff. The lines are never perfect. They're more like guidelines. But that paint looks like we're off, but we're not. That paint mark down there on the stone is for up top. See how it comes in and curves? It's not for down there. So you gotta remember, when you're standing down there, don't line the pool up with that. You gotta line the top up with that, not the bottom. But that's it for this one. Catch you guys on the next one.